Where do we start? Well, let's start with the championships. It's a unification match. Marigold World Championship and the Global Honor Crown Women's title, which was founded in Noah. Takumi Iroha of Marvelous is the current GHC champion. I think I'm looking at the number of defenses. I think she's got it recently, to be honest with you. Iroha is a former Stardom wrestler. She went to become like the ace of Marvelous when Chigusa Nagaya kind of bought a contract out, which was one of the smartest buys in pro wrestling history, to be honest with you. She's been an absolute monster for Marvelous ever since. She has an incredible innate ability to get over. Let's start there. Like, she's just ridiculously over. She has kind of girl next door vibes, much like Nagayo had when she was younger, and she can wrestle a streak. She's absolutely fantastic. She's been one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen, to be honest with you, and I've always been a fan of hers since I was watching her as a teenager. And she just has that kind of presence that people want to see. And watching her wrestle is just like, she reminds you of all of the old school Joshi, but in a way that's not derivative. She's got her own twist on things. She took the title originally off Cookie and Mirai 249 days ago. This championship is not old. It's less than a year old. It was only founded in November of 2024. So she's the second champion. She is on her second. This was her second. Sorry, one. One. She took the title off of Mirai. 2, 3. This was her third title defense. Utami Hayashishita, I'm going to have to pronounce this probably, Hayashishita, because there's too many Hayashishitas in her name. So apologies, Utami. You're a lovely person, and you are an incredible pro wrestler. 6-year pro, she has, again, an incredible style that is really balanced. She, of course, obviously was a Stardom wrestler, as most of the Marigold crew were before they moved to Stardom. She has held this championship for 199 days, and this is her 5th defense of the championship. She took the title off Sari last on the 3rd of January this year at the New Year's show, and she has had a championship run that some argued was lackluster and hasn't really hit the heights that Sari did as the first champion. Bearing in mind, Sari also not only was champion last year, but won Booker of the Year honors in the Wrestling Observer Booker of the Year poll from like the Wrestling Observer fans. She was like, she is a wrestling legend. She's like on another level of pro wrestling compared to everybody else except people like Mayu Iwatani and Iroha. So Hayashishita isn't necessarily set the world on fire, but I really like her, and I think she does incredible things in the ring. So, and again, she reminds me of like what an ace should be in a pro wrestling company. So those two go to this championship unification bout. Now, I am a long-time student of Rossi Ogawa's booking, and it kind of had draw written all over it. Having said that, I wanted to see. And the fact that it was an hour's time limit, when in the old days in Stardom, all championship matches were 30-minute time limits, that made me intrigue me. That's going to be really hard to go to a draw. They went 56 minutes and 16 seconds, and they knocked 7 balls of shit out of each other. Anyway, this was absolutely amazing. The absolute intensity they went through, it did not slow down. It went to a double knockout in the end because Tommy, the referee, just called it off. And they just went and wrestled to a standstill. And they went full tilt for 56 minutes and 16 seconds, and they just didn't stop. And it was never boring. There was not one moment you were not on the edge of your seat. It took you on a ride. Now, some have argued that it's probably a little bit too long. Arguably so. But I didn't care because I was into this match for 56 minutes and 16 seconds. I wanted to know what happened. I wanted to see the end. I wanted to see how far we could get. I have never been so hooked into near falls as I saw in this match for quite some time. You sometimes get jaded when you watch as much wrestling as we do, and you watch matches like this and it makes you fall in love all over again. That's how good this wrestling match was. That's all I really have to say about it. It was just so well paced, so well organized, such a great story to tell, just great pro wrestling. And it's as good as the Bandido Takeshita match. and twice as long. So
Yeah.
it's just amazing, just
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. This card from top to bottom. All right, the previous match slowed down, but you can't go at full tilt all night because you get wore out the fans. And there was everyone in Korkuean Hall. It was like the old days. They were rocking all night long for this show, and this was an absolute incredible crescendo.
This was a war, all the best and worst ways you could imagine.
Oh yeah.
The best as a viewer, the worst, uh, I would imagine for the competitors. Um, First half of it is Takumi. The second half is Utami with coming back, and that third inning, man, that third inning is you know what we got in Rocky Four with Drago versus Apollo, except they were doing it to each other. It wasn't one sided. They were
Mm.
doing it to each other, and eventually, like James said, the towel got thrown in. But man, it's if I don't say it for the rest of the year, go watch this.
Oh yeah.
Like if you don't watch anything else for the rest of the year, wrestling related, go watch this. Not
Oh,
because it's
absolutely.
not because it's women, because this is why we watch wrestling. Like the James closed it out so beautifully, saying like if you can get jaded, you can get exhausted. We just came off a packed weekend between two companies last weekend, and then you know this was between the G1, watching these shows, and then all the 10 they had their show. It's a lot of wrestling that gets
Mm.
piled in throughout the week, particularly if you pack in the weekends with the pay per views. But yeah, this is a reinvigorating match as much as it is exhausting. Like, yeah, you just got to see this. You don't even have to listen to what we're saying. Go watch it. Like when you watch the match and then you come listen to us before you get to us talking about this match, just cut us off and go watch it again. Like it's that good. Like I was flabbergasted. Like I caught myself with my mouth open watching this match, and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, man. Like there's a famous quote by a very kind of against the traditional mode type of guy. So stop me if you heard it before. Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. But I'm telling you right now, Marcus 3:16 says this match kicked my ass.
Yeah.
Like,
This is.
like it was.
I
It,
watched 26 wrestling matches yesterday. That'll tell you how much wrestling there is on at the moment. Because I watched Ring of Supercard of Honor. I watched this show and I watched a G1 show. So that was 26, and plus what I watched the Maple Leaf Wrestling show from May. So that was 26 wrestling matches I watched. Two of those matches were over an hour long, and this blew them away. But the Bandito Takeshita match is the only one that, like, from a pure ring quality point of view,
yeah,
and the Athena
yeah,
Thunder Rosa match. Those three matches are just levels above everything I saw yesterday. And I saw the best wrestlers in the world yesterday. And these three matches are just so good. You got to go watch them.
yeah,
Like Mark is very right. You just got to go watch them. We encourage you to watch professional wrestling all the time, and it should be like this. Not all the time. We need changes, but just this
yeah,
is what wrestling is about. This is
yeah.
perfection.
It's just one of those things. Like, and I usually kind of almost the kind of almost despise the double uh knockout draw deal, because I feel like it's a lot of times they'll take the win out themselves and cut the knees from up on you in certain situations.
Yeah.
But it was so necessary here. It was so necessary here. Like it was, because you get to the end and it's like, yo, like somebody, like it feels like life threw in the towel for these two. This was insane, man. Like this was like, and normally I'm the first one to say run it back. I don't know if I want to put myself or them through it.
Oh,
I
this
just,
is
it just
emotional.
it's Yeah, man. This is really why we watch this art form, and these two women really did the Lord's work. What they did here, and at the end of this match, they wasn't selling exhaustion. It's just what it was.
Yeah,
And these two
absolutely.
women that had to be carried, I know they had to be carried to the back, and they earned every bit of it. And I hope they are bedridden as we speak. Even though this match was like it was days and days ago, but
Yeah.
they should still be bedridden. They should still be on bed rest for what they put each other through in this match. And these two companies should be very proud of their representatives and what they did on this show and what they're gonna do going forward. But these two women in particular really, showed, improved, and just why these two brands are very special. And yeah, this is I know why this match won't be on other people's match of the year list because they didn't see it, but it's going to the top of mine.